Hey guys, welcome back to another video here today on the channel, and in today's video what we've got is a marquee matchups investing video for you guys here today. Now as you guys can see on the screen, the first marquee matchups is going to be Nantes versus Bordeaux, and this is a rivalry in France, and as you guys can tell, how I know this is because of the two players on the screen right now have turned and faced together, and you know that is the main indication that it is going to be a rivalry. So that's what I've done for most of these squads. I've also gone through the fixtures obviously for next week and had a look at them and see which ones are rivalries, and I'm going to show you guys who to invest in and what squads you could potentially make for these SBCs. So yeah, this is the first market matchups, obviously Bordeaux versus Nantes. So yeah, I'll go and show you guys what to do or who to buy for this SBC. So guys, this is the type of squad which I'm going to be expecting from this marquee matchups. Obviously I'm not sure if it's going to be this formation, but it definitely could be. So what you guys want to do is you want to get two Nantes players. So I've gone for well, I've actually got 4 in this squad, but you guys could probably just go for 2, as you're probably going to need 2 from each club. So you're just going to need 2. I've got 2 up there, and then you're also going to need 2 from Bordeaux. And this is because they've increased the requirements recently for players, and you have to use a lot more players from the clubs in the actual marquee matchups this year. That's what they've done so far. So I have a feeling they're going to continue this theme into this SBC. I'm also imagining you need to get 2 rare players into the squad, which shouldn't be that hard, especially if you're going out and buy this Nakaluma guy. He's rare already, as you guys can see there. I can pick him up for 850 coins, straight up with just lazy buying. And as you can see, I bought him for 700 coins, so you could definitely go and buy them. And as for the price of the Bordeaux players, the centre back 650, goalkeeper is 600. Obviously left mid was 700, and then the striker Salah is 500 coins. So they're very cheap, basically no risk. If the market matchups doesn't come out for this rivalry, then what you could do is you could either use the players in another SBC. So say if another one, which we're going to cover in a second, does come out and this one doesn't, you could just use them in that SBC. Otherwise you could just use them in the gold upgrades, as they have been unbelievable so far this year. And then for the rest of the team, you're probably just going to need to get a minimum of 95 chemistry, which isn't that hard at the end of the day, and you probably won't need loyalty at all. As you can see here, I have not got loyalty on any players apart from Schneider, so that's not the worst. So let's go into the next marquee matchups. So guys, another marquee matchups which there possibly could be is going to be Berlin versus Schalke, and this is a match obviously in the German league, and these two pretty decent teams in the German league, quite competitive teams obviously, very good standard of football, and that's why they're probably going to be in the marquee matchups. Obviously, as you guys can see on the screen, the two players are facing each other, so that probably does mean that they will it will be in the marquee matchups, or it has a chance of being in the marquee matchups at least. And obviously it is in the Bundesliga as well, so it's definitely a very good chance of it being in the marquee matchups, because it's in a big league, it's a big game, and you know there's definitely it definitely got a very high chance of being in the marquee matchups. So yeah, let's go and show you guys what squad you could build for this marquee matchups. So guys, as you can see on the screen, this is the squad which I think you're going to need for this SBC. Again, you're going to need, I think, a 78 rated team, as it's not going to be the hardest one to build, as you just need a few high rated golds. And obviously I've got 4 rare players in the squad, and I think that's going to be the requirement, as it is quite a good game in the marquee matchups, and it's a very good game, like I said. So that's why I think there's going to be 4 rare players needed. And obviously for the Berlin and Schalke players, I've got 5 players here, but again you're probably only going to need 2. So my safest bet would probably be to go with these 4 here, as they're very cheap. As you can see here, 600, 550, 600, and the only reason this player is 900 coins is because he is a right midfielder. But because he is a right midfielder, if this SBC does come out, then he'll rise in price a lot. So definitely recommend you guys going picking him up. And obviously if you don't want to pick him up, you can pick up Stambouli, who is 600 coins, so that's very cheap as well. So you guys can definitely do that. So yeah, that is the Berlin versus Schalke SBC. So let's go on to the next one. So guys, the fourth one in today's episode is going to be Liverpool versus Manchester United, and this one is quite well known for being a very fierce rival. Obviously in the past it's had very good and fierce fixtures, so that's mainly why I've put it into this predictions video. And obviously, as you can see, the two players are facing each other, so it is a rivalry. And you know, people know about this game. Obviously, if you've been a football fan for a long time, you would know, like say in the early 2000s, it was a very good game to watch from a neutral point of view, and it was just a very good game of football, and that's why it's probably going to be in the marquee matchups. So definitely recommend you guys go and go and buying some players for this marquee matchups. So yeah, let me go and show you who you can buy. So guys, this is a team which you're looking at for the Liverpool versus Manchester United marquee matchup, and I think this is quite a reasonable team. Maybe you'll have to get it to an 81 rated team, or maybe even an 82. But to be fair, I think it's going to be quite easy to do so. You could just put in a high rated right mid, a cheap one, so like Pedro, and a high rated striker like Giroud or Slimani or something like that. And obviously, this is what you're looking at. I put in 8 res. You could put in like 7, as I think that's how many you're going to need. It's relatively cheap. Begovic 1k, Coleman 1.7, Lindelof 750, Klavan 750. Baines is first owner, but I believe he's only about 5. Well, yeah, he's about 1.7, same as Coleman. Choupo-Moting 1,000 coins, Tadic 750. Henson's actually first owner, but I believe he's about 3,000 coins. Carrick 600. Phillips is also 750, and Boney is 750 as well. And if you guys do need like a high rated team, you know, like I just said, you could put like a Pedro, a Giroud, or someone like that into the team, and it'd be very easy to get the rating higher. So yeah, that is the fourth marquee matchups which we're gonna do, and let's go on to the next one. So guys, the next one is one which I can almost guarantee you is going to be in the marquee matchups, and that's going to be Melbourne Victory versus Melbourne City. And as you guys can see, both from Melbourne, so this SPC is definitely going to be in the marquee matchups. As you can see, the two players are facing towards each other, so that's definitely a very strong sign that they will be in the marquee matchups. Obviously, it's the Melbourne derby, so it's going to be in quite a high demand. So that's why I put it in. So let's go into the squad which you're going to need. So guys, this is the squad which I think we're going to need for this SBC. So as you can see, it's quite an easy squad to build. I just put in 2 goal players here. One of them was actually from Melbourne City, so that's very helpful indeed. One of the Melbourne players, and obviously the other one is there, and obviously the Melbourne Victory players are, 2 silver players are there. And what I've done is I've put up for a 71 rating, as I feel that's quite an easy rating to achieve, especially when you're working mainly with silvers. And obviously I have got 1 bronze player in there as well. And as you can see, I put in a few different nationalities in here as well, and that's because they may throw a curveball and say you're not allowed to use you have to use a few different nationalities. Obviously this guy here is from New Zealand, so he's going to be incredibly handy if the nationality thing is a requirement. So that you could definitely go and invest in this guy. Obviously he's 500 coins, very cheap indeed. Valeri is 500 as well. Jacobson is 200, and there's the gold player is 700 coins, obviously the striker, and then the Ninkovic is 550. So they are very, very cheap players. You could definitely go and buy them. It will cost you around probably 5,000 coins to do it right now if you want to go and buy all of these players. And for me, that'll be very cheap. It'll be very, very cheap indeed, as it is. You'll probably get like a election players pack or something like that for this SBC, so it's not bad at all. You could definitely make 5k back. So let's go on to the 4th marquee matchups. So guys, instead of making this video drag on for much longer, I'm just going to cut the video short, and I'm just going to show you guys, as you can see on the screen, some more games which could be in the marquee matchups. As you can see on the screen, we've got 5 games which most likely will or could be on the marquee matchups. First 2 I'm almost certain will be Inter Milan versus AC Milan. The Milan derby obviously going to be in the marquee matchups, as it is obviously Milan derby. Very obviously was a very big rivalry. Isn't as such a big rivalry anymore because it has kind of died down a little bit. But with AC Milan like building up their squad, it's going to be a very good game to watch. So that's why I've put it in to the marquee matchups. Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona, a very big game, probably going to be like the 2 title contenders along with Real Madrid. The only reason this one might not be in the marquee matchups is because the game is being played with no Barcelona fans, I believe. So that might be the only issue of to why that game isn't in the marquee matchups, but could definitely be in it. Next one is going to be Monaco Morella versus Guadalajara. I believe that's how you say the name, in the Mexican League. Again, it's another rivalry, so it could definitely might be in the marquee matchups. Next one is Derby County versus Nottingham Forest in the English Championship. May not be in the marquee matchups because of the Liverpool versus Man United game, but could definitely be in it. And I believe it's a local derby and rivalry, obviously. So that is why I've put it on the list. And the final one is Club Brugge versus KS Oostende, another rivalry, or I believe derby in this case, in Belgium. So those are all of the games which I'm going to be covering in today's episode. If you guys do want to go out and buy some of the players from these clubs, you can definitely do so. If there's if there's marquee matchups to recommend, I'll definitely do Inter Milan versus AC Milan, Liverpool versus Manchester United. I would go for Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory versus Melbourne City, and maybe I'll go for Derby County versus Nottingham Forest as well. If you guys have think I've made any mistakes and haven't included one of the games which should be in the marquee matchups, be sure to drop it in the comment section down below. I'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could do that. But apart from that, guys, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.